I'm Felicia.
And I'm Ian.
And we are the Paranormal Lovers.
Hello, paranormal dudes, dudettes, and dudays. Welcome back to another episode of the Paranormal Lovers.
Hey, guys. Oh, my God. No. God. I hate that shit all the time from Patty. Guess what her little boyfriend does to her?
Yeah.
What? Y'all are 8. Calm the fuck down, okay? God damn. Alright, we are back with episode number 128. We are back this week with part 2 of our look at Roswell. But first...
128 or 126?
128, babe.
Really?
Yeah.
I put 127 on my notes.
That's because you did 127. And 8 comes after 7.
I'll put it on this or next time.
Well, you're doing 129.
Okay.
We're tired, folks. What did you love about this week?
This week. What did I do this week? I can't remember what I did this week.
Worked.
Yeah.
Picked up leaves. Went to
Yeah.
the playground.
That's a good one. Like, got Patty to play in the leaves.
Yeah.
Finally, this year.
Yep.
I remember doing that when I was 8. So.
Oh, yeah. I did it a lot as a kid, too.
Yeah.
I always bagged them up and they should burn them.
Yeah.
We burned a lot of shit, but burning stuff as windy as it is outside right now.
Yeah.
Might have to tomorrow.
Right.
It's going to be real motherfucking cold tomorrow.
What'd you love about this week?
Also a good question. It's been so busy.
Y'all did literacy night. Was that pretty fun?
That was fun.
Yeah.
It was glow in the dark, so I wore white, and Patty had on some bright pants. And so every room we went into was glow in the dark, and we got to do different activities. And yeah, it was pretty fun.
That's cool.
That was pretty fun. Went and got McDonald's. Also got to repot my plants. Some of my plants this week. I've become a succulent cactus lady.
Oh yeah, I got new glasses. That's what it was.
Yeah, you got new glasses.
Blue light blockers.
Yeah.
Woo!
I can see the reflection of...
It's purple.
Yeah. Your computer and the light off of your glasses. That's funny. I get mine next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe. My new Vera Bradley prescription sunglasses, because I have extremely light sensitive eyeballs. I say with this light blinding me in my eyeballs. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, so last week I gave you a quick rundown of the events of the alleged UFO crash in south central New Mexico in 1947. The location of this crash site was roughly 30 miles southeast of Corona and 75 miles northwest of Roswell. The incident occurred just 9 years after the infamous War of the Worlds Orson Welles radio broadcast.
Nice.
Which would be kind of a fun one to cover, I think.
Totally.
Although media reports of widespread panic over the broadcast have since been debunked, it did plant the seed of the possibility of extraterrestrials. So yeah, that came out in 1936.
Wow.
Almost 100 years ago. It came out the year our daughter's going to graduate high school. 100 years. That's insane.
Imagine being like a person back then, hearing it on the radio.
I imagine it probably would be a little weird.
What the fuck did I just hear?
It was... Shit, my bad. It was...
podcast.
Like, what's the word I'm looking for when you tell people that you're going to be doing something? It was advertised, and like...
Right.
People knew what it was. If you like tuned into it when it began, you knew what it was.
Yeah.
Some people were like a little freaked out if they tuned in half the way through.
Yeah.
And they weren't quite sure what was going on, but then I'm pretty sure at the end of it, it's just like, oh, this has been a telling of Orson Welles, the War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I don't know. But as we've learned over the last 14 years or so, 12 years or so, people are fucking stupid.
Yeah, they are.
That's just, people are fucking stupid.
They'll fucking believe anything, too.
Any goddamn thing. I used to think I was a gullible bitch.
Right.
No, there's a pizza parlor in like Pennsylvania or some shit where they're trafficking kids and eating them and drinking their blood. Okay.
They're eating the babies.
Yeah.
Eating the babies, but the immigrants are eating the dogs.
Yeah. This was also the time of great technological advancement. Early rockets had made the news and jets were being tested for commercial flights, which is like blows my mind to think of a time when planes weren't in the sky.
Right.
Never in my life has there been a time when planes weren't in the sky.
Yeah.
So that's fun. There was also a little thing that had just been revealed called the atomic bomb.
Nice.
Which had been made in secret in southern.
Not nice.
Yeah. In southern New Mexico, people were giving the side eye to Alamogordo and Holloman Air Force Base outside of its borders.
Fuck yeah, they. Hey, you know how many nuclear tests they did?
Oh, we will get there. We will get there.
God damn.
2 weeks before the Roswell incident, the first news report of a close encounter with UFOs was shown on a news broadcast. This is known as the 1947 Kenneth Arnold UFO sighting.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
What'd you say it was again?
1947 Kenneth
1947 Kenneth
Arnold.
UFO sighting.
Yeah. Kenneth was a pilot who reported seeing, quote, white spheres that skipped like flying saucers through the air, end quote.
Oh, it looks like a boomerang.
But the reporters either intentionally or otherwise misheard what Kenneth had said and ran with the flying saucer part, using it as a punchline in their reports. Honestly, what Kenneth described to me sounds like ball lightning. I've seen videos of ball lightning. It's really weird sphere that just like bounces the fuck around wherever the fuck it wants to go.
Right.
It's wild shit. Then 2 weeks later, Mac Brazel found the debris that would spark a story that would literally change the fabric of our very society. On July 8, 1947, the headline of the Roswell Daily Record read, quote, RAAF captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region, end quote. These headlines were largely in part due to a press release that the airfield had published claiming a flying disc had been recovered. Though they did try to cover it up after the fact, the release led many people to believe that there was, in fact, an alien craft that had been recovered. As we now know, it was likely an attempt to cover up for the top secret project that was taking place, Project Mogul. As I explained in part 1, Project Mogul was a classified project by the United States government to release listening devices in an attempt to catch the Soviets testing bombs. Quote, Mogul used commercially available weather balloons to heft a 5-pound kite made of balsa wood, plastic, and mylar up to an altitude of about 28,000 feet, end quote. Which is high. Higher than I want to go, but I've been higher in a plane. Right? Don't you got like 35,000 feet in a plane?
Something like that, yeah. I think it's more like 10,000, but
I think 10,000 is where you jump. If you go skydiving, you go up to 10,000 feet and you jump. Is like the standard for skydiving.
Let's find out. Let's see.
How high do planes fly? Or commercial planes. Yeah.
Planes fly. Between 30,000 and 42,000 feet. So yeah, you were right.
Yeah. I've watched a lot of movies Then they're always like, we're now cruising at
30,000 feet.
37,000 feet. You can unbuckle and move about the cabin.
Don't go to the shitter.
When I came back from Boston, I was on a really small Delta plane. It had 2 rows.
Yeah, 2 on one side and 1 on the other.
Yeah.
Yep, those are fun.
And I was in the back beside the toilet.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was rough. And
Like
we hit
being on the back of a bus with a toilet.
Real rough turbulence on the way back. And I was like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm going home. It's fine.
They shoot it out the back anyways.
That's fucking disgusting.
And it sucks into a bag, and then shit you not, they'll be flying like over the ocean or somewhere that's not like populated, and they'll fucking eject it from the fucking
okay thing. But it's our plastic bottles that are causing the fucking pollution in the world, not them dropping shit bombs out of planes.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. We'll see. Let me Google that one.
Given how secretive this project was and the general don't tell the Soviets attitude of the time, it's no surprise the government would rather claim aliens had landed. But I don't think they were ready for what would come of that claim or their decision to backtrack and give the now infamous weather balloon explanation.
Okay, so they do suck it out of the plane when it gets, on the ground.
I was thinking it was like an RV type situation.
Yeah.
Where you got like a poop tank.
Well,
I was going to say a poop chute, but well, I mean, you got like a poop tank on the plane, and then they hook up a hose to it and pump it into another tank to get it off the plane.
Yep.
Imagine be the person that has to occasionally clean out the shit tank on the plane.
Oh man, that's gotta suck.
They do not get paid enough for that job.
No, they don't.
I don't fucking care how much money they make. If it's less than $1 million a year, they are not getting paid enough for that job.
You know what the truck's name is that comes and takes it away?
Oh, God, what?
A honey truck.
But why, though?
I don't know.
But why, though?
It says the ground crew uses a honey truck to connect to the tank and siphon out the waste. Oh, man.
After the numerous hoaxes were uncovered and books began hitting the shelves covering the event, interest in Roswell grew to a new height. In 1995, another alleged hoax came into pop culture when Ray Santilli came out with Alien Autopsy. Fact or fiction.
I remember that.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I was like 9.
I've watched that
so
many times.
Yep. Sorry. You were 14 when it came out, so yeah, it makes sense. This is a pseudo documentary of an alleged alien autopsy that happened after the Roswell crash. Santilli would later go on to admit that the footage in the movie was fake, but at this point, enough people had seen it and believed it was real. His admission was not believed by hardcore Roswellians. I don't know if that's a word, but we're making it one, goddammit. In 1997, the day after Roswell was published by retired Army intelligence officer Philip J. Corso. Corso claimed he was shown an alien body suspended in liquid inside a glass chamber and was even tapped to oversee a project to reverse engineer the crashed craft. Corso had no evidence to back his claims, and the book was mainly based off his own experiences working with the Foreign Technology Division. Another boon for his book was a foreword from U.S. Senator Strom Thurmond, who had been tricked into giving the foreword, thinking he was writing it for another book. When he realized that what the book was actually about, Strom contacted the publisher and demanded his name and writing be removed from future publishing, stating, quote, "I did not and would not pen the foreword to a book about or containing a suggestion that the success of the United States in the Cold War is attributable to the technology found on a crashed UFO," end quote.
I mean, doesn't sound impossible.
It doesn't sound impossible, but you can't trick somebody into writing you a fucking foreword for your goddamn shitty alien book.
That's a new one to me.
A fucking U.S. Senator, too? Are you crazy?
I'm going to trick the Senator into reviewing their
Don't
podcast.
try that shit now. You'll go to fucking Guantanamo. Yeah, and they'll make you listen to, what is it, fucking Sinisterhood or some shit? Or was it Wine and Crime? One of those, they got a review that was left that says this is what they torture people with at Guantanamo, making them listen to their podcast on repeat. No, I mean, you telling me I get 2 meals a day in a bed, I ain't got to be responsible for no fucking body, and I get to listen to my favorite podcast. Oh, goddamn day. Sign me the fuck up. As for the alien bodies that were allegedly retrieved from the crash, the Air Force claims those were anthropomorphic dummies used in projects like Operation High Dive. In that particular operation, these dummies were released from high altitude balloons to test parachutes. They claim that retrieval of these dummies included using Dodge 3M7s, M37s, casket-shaped crates, and sometimes insulated bags that looked like body bags.
Oh, why they got the face like that though?
Why's your face like that, though, sir?
Like,
I want to tell people that at work.
Like,
why's your face like that?
I get, the body part of it looks all right, but the face straight up looks like a fucking alien, man.
Yeah.
Like, those aren't test dummies.
I really think if people did not have a growing distrust of the federal government, that maybe Roswell would not be the huge cultural thing that it is today.
Yeah.
But I wonder what that would mean for us as a society. For one, today, Roswell, New Mexico welcomes around 90,000 visitors every year.
I bet they do.
Admittedly, we get a lot more here, but that's still a lot. And I mean, there's like not shit there.
There is nothing there.
Our friends went there a few years ago, Lauren and Jeremy, when they went to visit her brother.
What was her crazy story about Roswell? She had like a crazy story.
I don't remember. I think they maybe saw a UFO while they were there.
No, it was something else. It was like weather related, like shitloads of locusts fucking.
I don't remember.
Through and like it was just like
I'll have to ask her to see if she remembers, but she has brain damage, so she might not.
It was something weird, like a dust storm came through or something.
I wouldn't be surprised. The fucking desert, like, it's like the wind here.
Like taking out cars and shit.
How would that town look today without the alleged crash that has made it a mecca for alien and UFO enthusiasts from around the world? Yeah. I have never visited, but imagine Roswell with no alien street lights, no alien restaurants, grocery stores, museums, festivals, conventions, any of it. Imagine pop culture without Roswell. Would we have Star Trek, Independence Day, The X-Files, both of the Roswell TV shows, Roger from American Dad or the movie Paul?
Right.
Whether you believe in aliens and the UFO crash outside of Roswell, it has made its way deep into the fabric of our society. And if we did not have Roswell, we would not have Area 51 as we know it today.
This is true.
And I'm going to fluff up my episode with a little Area 51 fun.
Nice.
Because I was running out of shit. I told you I need to redo this episode. I will probably redo this episode at some point in the future, folks, because I don't like the way I did it.
I was a big fan of Area 51.
Oh, I'm still a big fan of Area 51.
They like my favorite rocket. So me and my dad made model rockets when, I was 7, 6, 7, 8, something like that. Real early on. And he had a Russian missile, which was like the big Russian It was like the equivalent to the Saturn V, but it was the Russian version of it. It looked completely different. He had that one, big old D engine in it too. Like this thing went God knows how high into the air. But he also had a Saturn V, which was amazing. It's that thing right there in model rocket form. It's one of the biggest model rockets that you can make, and then he had a Blackbird as well, an SR-71 Blackbird, and the Blackbird was like by far the coolest fucking rocket that you can make.
Oh, no, SR-17. Never mind. I was like, that sounds familiar. Different plane. All right.
But it was, like the bomber, the stealth bomber. It was kind of like
Mhm.
that, but like, it was a spy plane that was made in Area 51.
All right. Area 51 is a secret base in the desert of Nevada, actually called Homey Airfield.
Oh, me.
This is a World War II airfield
What up, Holmes?
that has been or still is being used for secret projects the military does not want anyone to know about because it's in the middle of the fucking desert.
Yeah.
Also, quick side quest. I I know people have heard of 6-7 by now. We were talking about it at work yesterday. I was talking to Jan. Jan left the school system. She's now like volunteering at the shelter and stuff. Happy for her. Shit was stressing her out. But I was like, I'm so glad you left before 6-7 became a thing. Because I said that shit would have fucking driven you crazy. I was like, even now, like I've gotten so used to it. Patty will say 6-7, and I just go. It's like, but I was like, when we were growing up, we used to walk around going, "What's that?" and sticking our tongue out at people.
Yeah.
How is that any better?
Mine was Cowabunga, dude.
Cowabunga, dude. Like, how was that any better? You remember when people tried to make fleek a thing? Oh my god, this was probably, I think I was still working at Convet when people tried to make fleek a thing, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. No cap. You not lying? I mean, come on now. All right. In fact, the US government refused to acknowledge Area 51 even existed until 2013. Even when they declassified reports about the base, we only got a glimpse at what went down there. In 2014, Annie Jacobson interviewed 5 men who worked at the base in the 1960s. They claimed to have worked on spy planes like the U-2 jet and the A-12. The U-2 was capable. The U-2 was capable of carrying large loads of equipment up to an altitude of 90,000 feet.
Yeah.
90,000. That's 3 times the height of a commercial flight.
That's let's see. I think space begins.
Fucking cold.
Space begins at 130,000, I do believe.
It was so high, in fact, the pilots had to wear astronaut type suits.
Yeah.
These planes are still in use today, allegedly just being used for high altitude atmospheric research.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we're doing up here, guys. We're just checking out the atmosphere. It's fine.
Right.
That's why we had to create Space Force.
A quick side note, too. Mm-hmm. My mom's uncle flew those.
Nice.
Yeah, he was a test pilot. He was another Sam Queen, I think. But this one was a test pilot for the Air Force. I think it was either the Air Force or the Navy.
I saw Joe this week.
Yeah.
He came in and bought a coffee pot.
Nice.
Because his broke.
Yeah.
All right. The A-12, on the other hand, was a, quote, delta-wing dual ramjet vehicle with a long, thin fuselage made from titanium, end quote. In theory, this plane was meant to fly at 3 times the speed of sound and would be sent out to engage planes from hundreds of miles away. In reality, it did not perform as intended, so it was rebooted as the SR-17 and flown until the 1990s. If the current relationship the United States has with Russia comes as a surprise to some people, it shouldn't. To make these particular planes with titanium, a shell corporation was set up in India by our government to buy the metal from Russia, as the Allies could not produce enough to keep up with production.
All right.
Therefore, every SR-17 in the world is made from Russian metal.
All right, then. My favorite plane was basically Russian.
Da.
Ooh.
Sorry, my mouth was getting dry. These planes and others like it were used constantly between 1960 and 1990, and they were almost strictly flown at night without lights, though a faint green glow might have been seen using night vision goggles. So, like, imagine you're just out in the fucking desert and there's like this black
thing moving across the sky. I mean,
motherfucker. What is that?
They are very triangular too.
Motherfucker, what is that? With the secrecy of the site and the government declassifying reports of secret projects like assassination attempts, MK Ultra, and quote radioactive gruel fed to retarded children for atomic bomb research.
Oh, that's horrible.
I'm gonna have to look in that. I don't know what the fuck that is. I was like, what the fuck is that?
God.
It is really not surprised that Area 51 took on a life of its own within the conspiracy community. Then, in 1989, Bob Lazar came onto the scene and poured fuel on the UFO conspiracy fire.
Sure fucking did, didn't he?
On May 12th of 1989, a man who was called Dennis was interviewed anonymously on a Las Vegas news outlet. Dennis claimed to work at a secret government facility where there were 9 quote-unquote flying saucers of quote-unquote extraterrestrial origin were being reverse engineered.
Right.
Dennis claimed that while he did not know where the craft came from, he did know they were not from this planet. I feel like William Shatner. He even stated he felt it was, quote, a crime against the scientific community, end quote, that the government had this tech and was not sharing it.
For sure.
The interview was aired in 6 countries.
Wow.
After this, the site gained much popularity, and much like Roswell, the local community cashed in on the tourism by renaming local landmarks after aliens.
Nice. One
local inn was renamed A-Lee Inn. I-N-N. Yep. And the local highway is now renamed Extraterrestrial Highway. Well, okay, guys.
I want to go there.
I'm worried. I want to go too. I want to go to Roswell so bad. Now, Bob came forward and identified himself soon after his interview. He claimed to have attended MIT and Caltech before he worked at Los Alamos National Laboratory. But researchers have found no evidence of Bob attending either the school or working at that lab.
What the fuck?
This one, you might actually want to do this for like a history episode because it's kind of fascinating.
Who, Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, investigators did find a listing in an internal phone book for the company from 1982 for a Robert Lazar. They have also found people who remember working with Bob.
Huh.
They remember Bob. This leads many to believe Bob's claim that the government had his names scrubbed from the records to discredit him.
I mean, I get that.
Shit gives me goosebumps. Ooga booga. Fascinating.
Very.
Also, Bob had knowledge of a high-tech biometric scanner that would measure the bones in the employee's hands for identification, which photos of have been released in recent years.
All right.
How would Bob know about it if he didn't work there?
Right.
How would Bob know?
I mean, I could see some very advanced biometrics being, and stuff like that. I actually watched a program on nuclear power.
Yeah.
Where a guy got to go into a nuclear power facility, and he said that to get in, there were some very fancy biometrics that you had to get scanned with to even get in the place.
Boy, I'd be fucked. The way my fingers...
Their security was tight.
The way my fingers swell and shit. One day, my spine will be stretched out. The next, it won't. That'd be so fucked every day.
They had a small little white girl walking around with them with a AR-15 strap the whole time. I'm like, oh man,
that's hot.
Some tight security.
It's a fucking nuclear plant.
Yeah.
I have to not think about the fact that there's one like an hour away from our house.
Yeah.
Literally over in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oak Ridge.
Which
right there.
Which nowadays, nuclear facilities are a lot more advanced than they were back then.
It's still dangerous.
And they
Fukushima happened in the last 2 decades.
Yeah.
They're still dangerous.
Yeah.
And Honestly, I think the most danger comes from human error.
Yeah.
You got humans working with nuclear. It's going to fuck up.
That and like earthquakes and shit.
Hello.
Tsunamis.
Climate change.
Fucking Helene.
Helene, anyone?
Right.
And then in 2017, the New York Times reported the Pentagon had been studying UFOs for years.
Shit, I didn't even think about Helene. I wonder how the power plant stood up.
I'm sure it was fun.
Huh.
In the article, former Senator Harry Reid admitted that the government had funded UFO research and were started studying how they flew. Bob never wavered from his story. When interviewed in 2018, he said that speaking out had ruined his life, but he still sticks to his story. He went to MIT, he went to Caltech, he worked at Los Alamos Laboratory. There might be no record, but people remember Bob working there.
Right.
So, but maybe what we do know they were doing out there in the desert is even more terrifying than what we think they were doing out there in the fucking desert.
I'm sure it was.
It is said that no place in the world has been nuked more than southern Nevada.
Yeah.
Nevada?
Nirvana.
Where the fuck is Nevada?
I don't know, but it smells like
I'm
Teen
gonna
Spirit.
start a town, the town of Nevada. Yes. No place in the world has been nuked more than southern Nevada.
Right.
Hundreds of nukes. Hundreds, folks.
Yeah.
Hundreds of nukes.
There's spots where the desert still glows.
Both American and British have been set off in this area, and in spots, even the dust is radioactive.
Yeah.
They believe that this is what caused John Wayne's cancer.
I'm sure.
Because he was filming a movie about Genghis Khan in the southern Nevada desert.
Yeah.
So, if anybody still admires that racist, misogynistic asshole, you might be upset about that.
Yeah.
I'll cover John Wayne one day too.
I think in
Don't
the movie Trinity, they said it was like something like 800, like above, or 800 above, or no. Let me take that back. There was 1,200 altogether. 400, 200 to 400 were like in the atmosphere, like, or above the atmosphere in space.
Yeah.
And then like there was like 300 or 400 of them that were underground, set them off in caves underground, and then above ground was something like 127 of them.
Why do you think setting off bombs in a cave is a good idea?
I don't know.
Do people not understand the way that like dirt absorbs shit and it gets into your water table?
Yeah.
Hello.
They didn't know that shit back then.
It's like basic science. It's basic science. It's the 1960s, not the 1860s.
That's why the UN was so important, because they outlawed any nuclear testing.
It gets worse. There's also the problem with how they discarded waste out there in the desert with no one watching. In a lawsuit from workers against the government, it is said, quote, the government had placed discarded equipment and hazardous waste in open trenches the length of football fields, then doused them with jet fuel and set them on fire.
It's fucking awesome.
The highly toxic smoke blowing through the desert base was known as London fog by workers, end quote. So that's fine. Fun anecdote. If everybody, what's wrong with that? You're just out there in the desert. Fun anecdote. I was in high school, senior year of high school. My history teacher, I don't remember his name, I do remember his face, was in a band, and they were making a greenhouse for the high school, and they had to clear cut some brush and burned it, and there was poison ivy in it.
Oh, Jesus.
My history teacher inhaled it.
Right.
And he had to cancel all of his concerts that summer.
I'm sure.
Because it swelled his throat shut.
Poison ivy in your lungs. Oh,
imagine it being like...
That's gotta be horrible.
Nuclear waste being set on fire with jet fuel.
Yeah.
If you wonder what that's like,
No,
look at what
cool.
just happened with that fucking plane that crashed that was carrying like 30,000 extra gallons of jet fuel.
Yeah.
Like, they were telling people to stay indoors and run a air purifier. Who just has a fucking air purifier in their house?
That's why everybody's got cancer now.
So whether they are studying alien tech, alien bodies, testing nuclear bombs, or burning nuclear waste, I think the government has a fuck ton to answer for.
For real.
So, Bill, thoughts?
Interesting.
Yeah. I know, there's
I
like
love Roswell.
5 or
Like,
6
I love
stories
that
in there I
story
need
so
to
much.
write down to remember to do.
Love Area 51. I love Bob Lazar. This crazy fucker. I do not love our government.
I do not love our government.
Government sucks ass. They've
It's
done a
so
lot of fucking sketchy
bad.
shit over the years. All the way up until they are destroying themselves now, currently. So,
You know, they say ignorant is bliss, and I never understood that until like the last 3 years or so we've been doing this podcast.
yeah.
Ignorance is fucking bliss.
Yeah.
I know too much, and I hate it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed our look at the Roswell incidents, lies from the government, and a little taste of Area 51, which I'm sure we'll cover more in depth at a later date.
I'm sure.
We hope you guys will have a good week, and we will see you guys later.
Be kind to each other.
Love you. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.